Hi, this is On Abbas Hussain from FightHype.com, and I'm here with the most well-dressed bouncer I've ever seen in the game.
I thought, don't wear black because bouncers, they wouldn't dress like this, you know? So I thought more sort of like, I don't know, a fat Jamie Redknapp today, you know?
Just to let people know, there was a BBC report, well, BBC broadcast that came out that called you the bouncer in the middle of Amir Khan and Low Greco altercation. They say any promotion is good promotion, I suppose, for the sport.
Got over 500,000 views on YouTube, so it's got to be good. And judging by the Amir Khan ticket sales, it's gone very well. Like the presenter, sent me a message on Twitter saying, "We're so sorry, we're going to correct the statement later." I was like, "No, leave it." I said, "Everyone's talking about it. It's great. I've been called a lot worse than a bouncer before, so all good fun."
And actually, you know, before I talk about this fight, talking about that incident, do you ever say to a fighter before you go into a press conference, listen, spice her up a little bit? Do you do anything to any fighter like that?
No one will believe me, but I've never said to a fighter at a press conference, spice it up a little bit, put the nut on him, throw water over him. I couldn't believe how many people said, "Oh, that was all rehearsed." I'm like, did you hear what he said about his wife? You don't get people to say that. And I didn't expect Amir to do that, to be honest with you, but he lost his rag, it was only for a second, because he did that and then he went for him and I pushed him back and then he sort of realised, you know, but you can't say things like that without prompting a reaction, you know? So, gave the fight a bit of extra spice and, you know, another great press conference here today.
Talking about that British beef, one of the fighters I've got has fought 9 times, one's fought 7 times in here, and they're headlining at the O2 Arena. Now, did you envisage anything like that to happen maybe about 6 months ago?
No, I mean, look, I think it was about a year ago. We were at BXR for a workout. I think both guys were on the same bill. And Lawrence approached Isaac. I remember, I was there. Isaac was sitting down. Isaac said something on social media about Lawrence. Lawrence went over to him, confronted him. Isaac stood up, and they were pulled apart at BXR. And I sort of thought, this is going to be a big one day. I didn't expect that one day to be 10 or 11 months. I expected it to be, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years. But the world's changing and fans are putting more pressure on you now, on the fighters. And again, if you believe you're good enough, you can step up in these fights. The winner's going to go on to be a real star of British boxing. The loser can be too. It's just going to take him a little bit more time. So a lot on the line. But I'm so pleased that they've got this occasion, this interest, this crowd, this broadcaster to experience something like this. You know, because this is special.
I was going to ask you, for both fighters who are very young in their career, Isaac Chamberlain's had a little bit more fights, been around in the pro game a lot more. But what does this do to both fighters in regards to gaining the experience, the sort of promotion work that was done for this fight? What does it do to both fighters going forward?
Again, and I say this to many fighters, if you lose in a big fight and you perform, no problem at all. You know, your value actually goes up. But for the winner to win on a platform like this, in a fight like this, takes you to a whole new level. So they're fighting for pride, they're fighting for belts, they're fighting for progression in their career. And it's a brilliant fight, you know, everyone's debating it. That's when you know you've got a great fight. You know, commentators, journalists, fighters. Who do you think? Who do you think? Do you think you can take the power? Do you think you might be too slick for Lawrence? It's just questions, and that's when you know you've got a great fight. And Ted Cheeseman against Carson Jones, by the way, is a brilliant fight.
That's it. I was just about to talk about that. Good fight for somebody who's coming up, and it's a real test in Carson Jones. He's been around in the UK for a lot of the UK fighters, but he seems a very established fighter and a good test for your fighter, Ted Cheeseman.
What a lot of people don't know about Carson Jones is after the Kell Brook fight, he went off the rail a little bit, and he was out of shape. You know, he come and he boxed Brian Rose. Although he beat Brian Rose, he wasn't really in shape, and he's really taking his career seriously now over his last couple of years. You saw when he came in 2016 in November and boxed Ben Hall. He was in great shape. He did a job on Ben Hall that night. He had a good fight with Antonio Margarito last time out. It's a technical decision to Margarito, controversial, but he's here to win. And what I like about Carson Jones is he's not a journeyman. Do you know what I mean? He's here to beat Ted Cheeseman. And I'm so excited for Ted, like I said up there, to actually fight and to see Ted under pressure, because all these up and coming prospects, it's all very well dishing it out, to these journeymen and these guys coming through. What happens when you start taking it back? Can you handle it? We're going to find out. So all the investment we've done over Ted Cheeseman, on Saturday we hope it is repaid by him producing what we believe, that he is a wonderful talent. And if he is, he'll beat Carson Jones. If he's not the real deal, he won't beat him, because it's too early, there's too much inexperience. He's 22 years old, you know, but I can't wait for that fight as well.
What's the ticket sales been like for this fight?
Brilliant. I mean, we're expecting 8,000 at the O2. You know, I mean, I don't know whether it's just, you know, the way things are going with Matchroom Boxing right now, or whether it's this fight, but the Dillian White fight, the Kell Brook fight, the Amir Khan fight yesterday, obviously the Anthony Joshua fight, they are absolutely flying at the box office. So, I don't know, great start to the year, but again, for these two to walk out, and that's what I can't wait for. You know, I'm going to stand in that ring on Saturday, and I'm going to watch both guys come out, and they are going to look around, and they are going to go, my God, they're all here for me, and the special ones rise to the occasions, and the weak may crumble.